it goes like this. मंजिल तो मिल ही जाएगी, भटक कर ही सही, गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं.
Hi friends, welcome back to Sri Siddhartha School of Engineering podcast. Today we have a dynamic person in our campus, Dhyvik from Changepay. He is the founder and CEO of one of the most reputed company, which is a startup ecosystem, which falls into the startup ecosystem, but still it is doing wonders in many of the campuses. They are into IIM Kozhikode, so they are into IIM Kolkata, Manipal, like this. So whatever the reputed institute you name it, okay, across the India, so they are working closely with such institutes. So today's podcast with Dhyvik from Changepay. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Dhyvik, let us delve into this conversation. How did this Changepay happen? Okay, and like if you want to brief out in one sentence, what Changepay? So can you explain that in one sentence?
Okay, Changepay is an all-in-one platform for students, especially staying in residential campuses. Students can get all kinds of essentials, and they can get day-to-day activities, like they can get their clothes laundered, get their photocopies done, and see what students in different campuses are doing. So it's a complete student ecosystem which we are trying to build, especially for the students.
Okay. Is it having some monetary value attached to it? Like if I am a student in the campus, if I wanted to use Changepay, so how will I use it?
Okay, as a student, if Changepay is already available in your institute, you can open up the application and you can see all the merchants and all, or the services who have onboarded with us. For example, you could see your canteen which is available around 500 meters away from your hostel block, or maybe the laundry guy who is providing you the service, and all the other service provider. So whoever you need, you can go to that merchant, click on the select items which you are in need of, and make sure you select your hostel block where you want to get it delivered. And after doing that, the delivery agent will come and drop it near a smart IoT locker device. Okay. This is a unique device which helps in delivering, increasing the efficiency of deliveries for the delivery agents.
Okay.
So once he drops it, you will get a notification and you will go and collect it. So you can think it as a Swiggy, Zomato, and all the other e-commerce application combined for the student population.
Super. So like the follow-up question was this one, like how it was different from Dunzo, Zepto, all these things, but like you answered it very beautifully. Yes. Okay. My next question is like, how was your initial journey, in the sense like where have you done your graduation? How it was like, how did you shift into this entrepreneurship domain?
Good. I'm from the education city, Tumkur. I've done my schooling and pre-university graduation also in Tumkur Sarvodaya, PU college. And post clearing JEE, I went to NITK Suratkal.
Oh, super.
And after going over the first year, everyone has the same subjects, and you meet people and you get interested and see all the seniors, what they are doing. And at that time, I got to know about entrepreneurship, a product, like what to do, like what's the impact of doing, or being associated with a startup or starting a startup. So by the end of second year, we are already made up our mind saying like, let's do something while we are already inside campus. We have good amount of free time and also the support potential. The campus is also willing to fund if they come up with a good application which is utilized by all the students and the crowd as such. So what we did was, we went to the hostel administration and found a small peculiar problem which was associated to NITK, which is whenever a student pays certain amount to a mess, they refund it only after you graduate. True. It's because of a cumbersome pen and paper work, because there is no digitization system of the messes which were happened in NITK back in 2015. So we gave them a solution saying like, we are going to build a technical platform for you guys so that you can utilizing it, distribute your mess refund for the students, so the students can use it in camp with the in-campus merchants itself, or wherever they were buying their canteen food, or wherever they are getting their laundry and photocopies done. This is how I ventured into entrepreneurship journey and understood the huge potential which was happening inside the campus itself. So I would strongly suggest, like you don't need to come up with a breakthrough idea if someone wants to start up. Just look around, you will find some of the problem faced by your student, faced by your parents, faced by your community or faced in your city, and try to solve that. Then you will try, like understand if it could be scaled or not, if people are interested to have it at their homes or have it at their cities or offices per se.
So you have been from NIT. How to make tier 2 colleges a student driven system? Okay, in the sense like how the system has to be driven by students itself, not the placement department driven or like management driven or something like that. How to make it student driven?
Main difference I have seen from NITK and the different private universities is students have a lot of power in NITK in taking all kinds of essential decisions which are needed on their daily life. For example, what the institute want to buy for them with the campus fund which is available, and how they want to run a festival, how they have to reach out to the fellow seniors and the startups and the companies born out of this institute, and made sure they generate all this capital, and they have the absolute authority to choose and do whatever they want with that fund. Institute won't like necessarily come in place till if it's like done on a good purpose, being used for everyone. That kind of system is like being lagged in all the institutes or a private institute. My strong suggestion is allocate some funds, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, set up a committee, make sure students elect other like representative from each of these branches, each of these semesters. They will form a good committee, they will take a small decision, so that make it like an aspiring position for others to look for. If they come to this position, they have this authority to like look after the campus problems and make sure they come up with a solution. So that like why I am emphasizing on this, or like why NITs and IITs did this, is because the companies at the time of placement want to see the confidence in the student. They don't want someone who is knowledgeable, who has the subject experience, and like who can execute the task well. There are thousands of students like that who knows the same stuff, and right now AI is already there. It has enough technical skills and capabilities to outsmart any kind of human. What they are seeing, or like why they are hiring a student, is if you have shown these kind of initiatives, are you capable enough? Are you capable enough to take a decision? Are you capable enough to sit with 10 people and have a discussion on certain topic regarding its goodness or badness, or its usefulness for the community, and make sure can you present it in front of 4 people that why this thing has to be chosen over something else. Can you put forward your thought? These are all the topics a student will be able to learn. It may not be an opportunity for the whole community to do this, but at least the committee of 20-30 members will definitely influence the rest of the people to start a similar communities.
Super. My next question is regarding this. Like if you see the report of Transparency International, so this is the body which will rate the corruption index of each and every country. So like India is one of the most corrupt country, like everyone knows it. It's not an hidden secret.
Yes.
So like how to avoid this? If we give this to some student, okay, how will you avoid this corruption and all these things in the system?
I'll give you the best example. Why corruption is happening, you have to see it at the core of it. Corruption happens because of 2 reasons. One, people don't want to follow a process. If there is something, if they need to get their Aadhaar card, PAN card, and like some certain forms to be filled and all, they don't want to put their effort to even do that. Whenever you are buying a vehicle, or whenever you are transferring a vehicle, at the time of your driving license.
True.
I have myself experienced this in life. Before even the digitization happened, I went to the RTO office, took out the form, filled whatever the things were needed, paid the government fees which was necessary. No one asked me anything. The way I see corruption is, some people have found out a way to make things easier for the rest of the people.
Okay.
And if you want to go through that route, you have to pay certain fees or like an additional cost for a person who is wanting to do it. See, if I'm not saying like every place it happens in the same way. Like there are hundreds of places where a contractor file is not moved. Maybe someone is expecting something under the table and all are existent. But majority of the places where common man is interfered with in joining an exam or like applying for an exam or getting selected over there, applying for a DL and other substance. If you go through the process, it's very simple as of now. It's all Aadhaar verified and you don't need to pay a penny for that. The third party guy who is known to the system and will make it simple for you.
But my question was very simple. ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಸೊ ಅವ್ನು ಲೀಡರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಫ್ ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಕರಪ್ಟೆಡ್?
Acha, like that in the, what do you say, you are asking in the committee visit. See, for that, even NITK and all, we have the bigger people have thought about it, is you can't, take a single-handed decision. It has to be passed in a Senate. So, whenever something passed with 15 to 20 people with their
Can you name any one IITs which follow this?
IIT Kanpur.
Okay.
I have a personal experience with even deploying the Changepay platform over there. In rest of the private institutes or rest of the campuses, the standard operating procedure is we go to the director, we meet the deans and have an MOU signed and register all the merchants and make sure our platform is provided for the student. In IIT Kanpur, we were made to pitch in front of the students.
Okay.
The students, 5 Senate committee members were there and they explained it to the rest of the team members. They had an internal voting, they had a discussion, they took out proposal from different similar companies like us. They did a spot analysis. Then they came back to us and provided us with the MOU and provided us with a recommendation.
Okay.
And after it moved to the dean or director, they just simply signed it.
Okay.
This is the way the students have given the power to assess any useful things coming to the student body or for the institute. We'll have to pass through them. So where is a possibility of even corruption over here? It's like at the end of the day, the dean has to sign it and the director has to sign it. The director will see if it's being put on an AC or if it's put on a refrigerator or if it's put on exact sports equipment and all, and also it's been vetted by rest of the 20 students.
Okay.
So I would say someone has to be really smart to conduct corruption in this aspect, because like at the end of the day, institute is the one who is paying the bills and institute can also take part in this and provide them with an option. For example, they can ask the committee to choose anything from Reliance Digital.
True.
If they have any problem with private vendors and all, they can ask everyone to choose from Flipkart or even Amazon or even the reputed bodies which are there, where even the government takes all kinds of equipments from. And also you can give a list of things what they can choose from.
Okay.
You can't have a spa in every hostel block just because 20 students come up with the thing, right? Okay. You can give them a list of stuff. This year, you can choose in this budget some of these items, maybe a cricket playground or maybe, there are few equipments to bowl, right? An electronic equipment and all. Something like that. You can give them a list and student can, decide on it.
Okay. And like even the tendering process also through students only?
Yes. Okay. Because they are the best ones. I would tell you, just because there is a tendering process doesn't mean you are getting everything at a cheaper price.
True.
It was invented to stop this corruption.
True.
At the first place. But when you give to the students are so frugal, they will get you the best deal than what a tendering process could offer you.
True. Why I'm asking this question, like if you go for NITK or like somewhere like IITs, students have such kind of collateral damage and they can come up with this kind of ideas. So okay. ಅಸಾದ್ ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ. Like if you, okay, I'm going to take this again. See, if you go for NITK or IITs, student will gonna have such kind of collateral damage. They have such kind of maturity. Yes, this is the best they can choose. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Tier 2 colleges ಅಲ್ಲಿ it will be entirely different. So ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಆ ಮಟ್ಟದಂತ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಜರ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದೇ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೌ ಟು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್?
ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ದಲ್ಲೇನೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟೆಕ್ ಸ್ಯಾವಿ. ದೇ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಅ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್, ದೇ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ like the specifications of a product, they understand what it offers to a student. They are not like living in old age anymore. Everyone is exposed to the internet more than you and me have been exposed at that point of time. So they are knowledgeable. And also, as I said, like ನೀವು ಅವರು ತಂದಿರೋದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀವೇ ಸ್ವತಃ ಒಂದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ಚೂಸ್ ಅ ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಲೈಕ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದೆಮ್ you have to choose something from Apple or Samsung or this thing, then you have to present what are the other brands are offering.
Okay.
So they will present you a case.
Okay.
It has to be a model. I'm not saying you just pay them the money and just go off. At the end of the day they will buy you the goods and show you. No, it's not a surprise gift what they are giving for you.
Okay.
It's like they have that opportunity to put forth their like thoughts. Sir, this is the thing what we have understood by conducting a survey that we needed.
Okay.
Best example, in NITK what happened was there was one or two photocopy shops which are available, and people were paying 1.5 rupees to 2 rupees per photocopies, and issues were there. And if that photocopy shop is closed, you have to go all the way to the Manipal or like Surat, Mangalore to get it done. So all the students guys said every student will get free photocopies. Every branch had a photocopy thing. Student has to get the papers.
Okay.
You print whatever you want.
Okay.
As simple as that, they have done a solution. The photocopy machine and the ink will be provided by the institute. The paper will be, taken from the students.
Okay.
So if you have a ream of paper, you can visit any brand. There is a printer available for you. Connect it and print it.
Yeah, ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಲೈಕ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಬಿಡ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ LKG ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಥರ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದೇ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋನಾ ಸಿಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೂ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್. ವಿಲ್ ಗೋನಾ ಕಮ್ ಅಪ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಮ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್. ಹೌ ಟು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ Tier 2 colleges?
Frankly, I'm telling you, it's like horse and carrot stick problem. If till you show the carrot, the horse won't move.
Yeah.
And you are asking the horse to move, then you want to provide it with a carrot. It's not it's like a chicken and egg problem also.
Okay.
Like if I can relate it to.
Okay.
You need to come up with this plan and give them this option for them to be relevant inside the campus. Provide them the opportunity to even select a mess what they want. Provide them the opportunity to have a tasting sessions with all these like canteens providers. Make them like brand managers or like the hostel managers, and like come up with different hostel problems. Like, and also like every hostel can be like made to a 5-star facility place, like if given so and enough funding. So you can have like a small committee set up in each hostel block. If you guys are, what could they do for this place? Maybe it could start with 50,000 to 1 lakh, sir. Like, but the impact is huge. Okay. The thought process what the students will put in when they get to know, ನನ್ನ ಹಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿಗೆ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನಾವು ಏನು ತಗೊಳುವ. Just that idea will make sure hundreds of discussion will happen. A kid will say ತುಂಬಾ ಶೆಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, centralized AC we can have, which will reduce at least couple of this thing, Celsius. Or maybe someone will come, we can have a community center with a nice 16-inch TV where everybody can like go there and visit cricket matches or good like movies at certain point of time. They can also like think about an additional snacks or something will be left over after 10 to 1. people could provide it. Like there are a lot of opportunity. I'm just providing you things where students could be relevant over here.
My next question is, like whenever we see the placement data, IITs and NITs will be on the top. So, is it possible for a student who is studying in tier 2 college can get the same company over there? It means ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಹುಡುಗಂಗೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯೋ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ, ಸೊ XYZ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಹುಡುಗನೂ ಆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿಗೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದಾ?
ಸರ್ 100% ಆಗ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್. ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ tens of my friends who are from regular campuses who are working alongside with my own NITK friends in Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, like you name it. There some of them already became IAS and IPS officers as well. So it's not like what do you say, only IITians and NITians can pull this off right now at this point of time.
Why I'm saying, like for them it's a cakewalk, kind of cakewalk, okay, but not for tier 2 students, in the sense like if I wanted to pull a company to our campus, it's very difficult for them to rely on us and like come to our campus, but when it comes to IIT or NIT, they can easily rely on the students.
And as I said in the last example, that's one of the primary reason why private institutions or like private companies tend to visit these IITs and NITs, where students were given a lot of power and exposure in taking decisions, forming committees, exposing their thoughts, making sure they are able to present their idea in front of hundreds of people. So that's where I think it makes a difference. And like also the institute has to what do you say, support the students. What happens in NITK or IIT, kind of a norm or a rule, I would say, if you are not in a class and if you are associated with any other activity, if you're traveling for an event, traveling for a presentation, or even in campus you are associated with a different prof and all, you won't be bothered with attendance. No professor is going to come and ask you, hey, why your attendance is less than 75%, if you are able to showcase and make up for the rest of the, what do you say, percentages required for the minimum attendance percentage. So like, and also NITK and IITs have a relative grading system, where like every student doesn't need to get a 35 marks in every 100 marks exam, and if they get 34 they are failed, even though they are toppers.
I just wanted to interrupt here, like I heard that like it's very easy to pass in NITs and IITs and it's very difficult to fail in NITs and IITs. Is it true?
Something like that, yes, it is true. Why we say like that is because there is no passing marks decided in NITK. There is no 35% which is needed for a student to excel in any of the subject. And also like depending upon the marks you get, it's not like etched over the same in your marks card. Everything is relative. Whatever the toppers and the other students have scored, relative to them, your rank will be graded.
Okay.
To give you an example, in a exam of 100 marks, if everyone has scored less than 50, right, the kid who is getting 49 will be upgraded to 98%.
Okay.
It's not 48 only they are giving. So in NITs and IITs, they have exams which are so tough, the passing marks is less than 12. That too also you need to accumulate by writing 3 to 4 examinations. Like this is the scenario over there, where if you really want to excel, if you want to take exam as a competitive, there are questions like that. If you just want to pass and like want to understand and go to the next semester, there are enough options for you to study, and anyway the topper is going to decide the cutoff.
If I coming back to Changepay, where you want to see this Changepay after 5 years?
Okay. See, right now we are already an established company and available in more than 5 to 10 universities, notably like MIT, across all the Indian branches, Jaipur, Bangalore, the main Manipal. In NITs we are into NITK Surathkal and NIT Calicut. In IIMs we are into IIM Kozhikode and IIM Bangalore we are pitching to them. And in IITs, we are into IIT Kanpur. We are signing an MOU in the next month, and also with IISc as well. So we have showed to the world that we exist, and it's a pretty useful system for the students, and every day around 10 to 15% of the student population of this institute make use of our platform and place at least an order. So like it's a highly relevant system in a student life. So in the next 5 years, we are going to make sure expand this rapidly and be present in at least over 100 to 200 universities globally.
If I am not wrong, you are not from computer science background,
No.
right?
No.
So like, how did you get this idea, Changepay, and like how this has been floated in the sense like ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಇದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ you don't have programming skills at that point of time. Maybe you have learnt after your engineering or something like that.
See, except work in an entrepreneurship, everyone who wants to start up will definitely have a set of skills which are complementary and needed to run the system. And none of the startups which has ever built, except the Linux system, was built by a single man.
Okay.
They were always associated with team members who brings complementary skills. If you are good at connecting with people, gathering them, making sure you know like come up with a product idea, then it's your right choice to look after a person who is good at tech. That's what I did. And when we both got like gathered together, collaborated together as a product guy, we understood everyone, and he built a product. The third person we took was a marketing guy who was good at outselling what we have already built, weaving a story of startup, how the founders have come together, and and also who built a pitch deck, who is good in like making sure our product sells well in the market. So this is how you expand. So one student, even though if you have a coding knowledge or not, you can still start a startup, because as I said, like you need to bring in those students who are complementary to each other. Look for your friends, put in a LinkedIn post, come on Changepay platform. There are a lot of other collaborators who are building cool stuff. You can collaborate with them. And also like you can go and meet some of the professors. They know few kids who will be working on that, few MTech projects, the PhD projects. You can join hands with them and get that experience.
This Changepay will going to fall into digital payment or fintech?
We started as a digital payment platform in our initial days, but we slowly pivoted it into a fintech platform which solves all the commerce and the communication problems faced by the students in this residential institution.
Okay. Like if you want to give some suggestion to people who are studying in engineering, whether they wanted to go for entrepreneurship journey or they just wanted to do 9 to 5 job, that will be better, like after so much of experience in your entrepreneurship journey?
It also depends upon student, his family background, the risk he wants to take. But I would definitely suggest every student who is available out there. There is grassroots innovation funds given by Prime Minister Modi sir, and also the state government, Karnataka state government, Siddhartha sir, around 4 to 5 lakh. If your major project is also good enough, the government is going to fund you. Do something with that. Do a proof of concept. Make sure you test it out in the simple market. In campus, by doing so, you are also energizing your knowledge and also making sure you are placement ready. At the end of the day, if you are not able to raise funds or if you are not able to take it as a product, you still have experienced some stuff without even losing a penny from your pocket. But as soon as you graduate, while you are not placed and you are looking entrepreneurship as a getaway, I would ask you to strongly think on that.
Okay.
Because like entrepreneurship is not a 6-month thing or an year thing. It takes a lot of effort. It tests your patience. It tests the market availability, the platform what we'll be working on, or the product, or even like if everything going well, even the COVID come and like disrupt, nobody can say anything. So you need to at least have a backup of an year if you are starting up, like post your graduation. That much I want to tell you. And there are enough government funds. Don't be
Did
stupid enough
Changepay
to
raised any funds like that?
yes, we have raised around 20 lakh in terms of grants from Karnataka state government and other ventures,
Okay.
and also certain prize monies.
Okay. Is it better to go for a bootstrapped company, or do we want to go for angel investor or venture capitalist like that?
See, at this point of time, bootstrap company is a myth.
Okay.
Everyone see companies like Zerodha or like others and think they could able to pull it off. But bootstrapped company takes that much patience, energy, family support, and also the founders and the team who is able to pull it off. You need to have a sustainable revenue, and also you need to expand with that sustainable revenue itself. Or your product needs to be so viral that it starts generating revenue from day one. Other than these scenarios, it would be hard for you to assemble a team and even pay them a samosa party after like pulling off a certain job. So I would strongly suggest there is enough grants, there are enough like VC funds. You don't need to dilute 100% of your what do you say, private limited companies share. You can dilute 5 to 10% of it, generate a capital of 20 to 30 lakhs, who has enough money, who is willing to take a risk, and also will be willing to provide you enough contacts. What happens in a bootstrap company is like everything nane ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನೇ, ಲೈಕ್ ಕೋಡಿಂಗು ನಾನು, ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟು ನಾನು, ಸೇಲ್ಸು ನಾನೇ, ಬುಕ್ಸು ನಾನೇ, ನಾನು ಒಬ್ರದ್ದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಬ್ರು ದುಡ್ಡು ಇಸ್ಕೊಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಂಡ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮಾಮ್ ಶಾಪ್ ಆಫೀಸ್. ವೈ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ or why a VC or why any angel investor is required for a startup is they open up doors to your startup in various ways. For you to hire someone, for you to meet fellow investor, for you to validate your idea, for you to distribute your product, depending upon it, their connect. So I strongly suggest talk to the VCs, talk to the angels. Even though if you are not raising funds, give them some like advisory equity and make them work for you.
Okay. My next question is, like, if someone wants to break into the entrepreneurship journey, do you guys help them out, like young entrepreneurs?
Definitely, we have Changepay entrepreneurship program. If student wants to understand basics or nuances of entrepreneurship, how it works, what is a product, what is a team, how the advertisement works, how the marketing works, especially in their own campus, they can please reach out to us. We will make them campus ambassadors of Changepay, and we will train them with the Changepay platform, and they can only set the clubs in their own campuses and have an interesting like launch story of their own.
Super. Okay, we are looking forward to work with you regarding this. Okay, we came to know that like you have something in your bucket list for us also. Definitely we're going to work together. Apart from that, Dhyvik, like, what is success to you, like as a entrepreneur, as a person?
See, as an entrepreneur, success to me is making sure my product is relevant in this current market scenario and being loved by the users who are my dear students and taking the benefit of it.
Okay.
And like I'm able to provide jobs to few people, and also I'm working with couple of my best friends, which would have not been possible if we were like placed or got associated with different companies. And we are able to take the decision, every kind of decision, from salaries to hikes to like what to build, what not to build, how and all. So like at this position, I would say I haven't reached the peak or like the summit yet, but I'm loving this journey.
Okay.
This is what I feel as successful entrepreneur, or like what I thought I would be at this point. As a person, it varies from like different people to person to person. And for a teacher like my dad, who were in education service for over 40 years, his level of success is, like how he used to say was, the number of kids who remembers me after 10 years is the success I have imparted in their life.
True.
And their, like the positions and all, whenever I see any kid under me, I would be happy. But like if as a teacher, as like as a personal person, if they are able to contact him after 10 years, that's his definition. According to me, I would say the same stuff. If any kids reach out to me and say they have taken benefit out of Changepay in maybe even getting some things delivered, or getting an internship in Changepay, or landing up a job through Changepay, or having that entrepreneurship experience, I feel that's my personal success is that.
Did any time aha moment happened for Changepay?
Definitely. Like when initially we were building the platform, we didn't know what to build. I was from a non-tech background, and a couple of other co-founders were there, only one from a tech background. That guy was from electronics and communication. He was not good at development something. So we worked hard in brainstorming, in understanding what the product was. We had a lot of failures. We initially built a platform where student could take a selfie, and the payment was able to get done. And we thought like selfie is the thing. Song bhi aa gaya selfie. Everyone is posting selfie, and like they could do it. But the problem what we faced was the girl student were a bit stigmatic in like taking photos in front of these canteens, or in front of the merchants and all. So we never anticipated that kind of problem will come. And the second platform we built is a mass biometrics payment system, which other enabled payment system later called. So like we built that system in campus first. Then we understood you can't take anybody's biometric fingerprints, because we are a private limited company.
True.
It's kind of like frowned upon, and this lead to like misunderstanding or misuse.
Misuse of the data. Yeah.
Platform. So that platform also got to shut down. So we had journeys coming on the way. The aha moment happened when we started to distribute the mess refunds. We thought every student have an average of 100 to 1000 rupees, and they will gradually use it over a certain period of time and all. But to our surprise, everyone was spending it on daily basis, and we used to process around 2 to 3 lakh worth of transaction in a single day in this institute.
Super.
That's when we understood the kind of stories what our dads used to say. I used to walk 10 kilometers to that place, घर से लेके जाता भूखा पेट, and like cycling back to my house. That's not the scenario anymore. An engineering kid has hundreds of opportunities to earn as a brand ambassador for a lot of other startups which are available right now, by doing internships, remote internships, working with the startup. So they get like around 5 to 10k easily a kid can make while inside the campus, and they have enough 2 to 3 months of internship opportunity. They can earn enough as well. So students tend to spend like which we never anticipated, as coming from a middle class background, and getting around 10 to 20 rupees pocket money for a week as a kid. Seeing that kind of spending opened our eyes and ears. It's like, and why can't we solve that, as everyone else is deprived to solve that. Swiggy, Zomato, everyone tried something over the campus space, but they thought like it's highly unsolvable, and like student doesn't have that potential. But we have tapped into that niche, and making sure we have generated enough profit and built a sustainable company out of it.
Super. My last question for you: you might have done so many sacrifices for this entrepreneurial journey. So what is the biggest sacrifice?
Okay. Biggest sacrifice I would ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ತಲೆಗೆ. ಅಂಥದ್ದೇನು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಸಾರಿ ನಾಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್.
Maybe quitting the 9 to 5.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್, ಓಕೆ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್. So the biggest sacrifice I think I've done for the startup is
Leaving the
providing
9 to 5 job?
job. Not at all. Definitely not.
Don't you have a regret like me? Because
If I'm not loving the startup journey, I would have definitely.
no, because
told
why
that.
I'm asking, like you studied from NIT, you might have landed in some good 9 to 5 job, okay, with pocket full of salary. So now you have to put so much of dent on your pocket.
Okay. Okay. In that way, I have one regret to share. Seeing all my friends drawing half a crore to a crore salary in abroad and also in India, around 2 to 3 lakhs, everyone. Having the time of life in bar, pub, especially in their, late 20s, just before they get married. I'm robbed out of all those opportunities. Where they're partying, I'll be flying to meet an investor, setting up my team, talking to a support agent, fixing what has been broken, having company meetings and all. So it's a different journey, I would say.
Because all the time when we meet the friends, like on a cup of coffee, they used to give a lot of suggestions for us. You could have been done like that, this, if you could have been with us.
I definitely miss that being carefree. Only accountable from 9 to 5. After that, kuch bhi karo aapko, no one gives a damn.
Okay. I just wanted to end this session with the famous quote, like which you had mentioned in your TEDx talk. So if you can remember that, and if you can recite to our audience, that could have been a super ending for this.
It's a Hindi proverb which me and Mr. Shashank Verma, a good friend of mine from Manipal, we used to say this often. Even he is a fellow entrepreneur right now in Netherlands. So it goes like this: मंजिल तो मिल ही जाएगी, भटक कर ही सही, गुमराह तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं. Which loosely translates to ಡೆಸ್ಟಿನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ 100% ಸಿಕ್ಕೇ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫೈನಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಇಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಒಂದೊಳ್ಳೆ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್. ಯಾವತ್ತಾದರೂ ಒಂದಿನ ನೀವು ಆ ಪೊಸಿಷನಿಗೆ ಬಂದೇ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಪೀಪಲ್ who are only sitting in the house and just thinking about it and not taking any kind of action and still blame the system, can never arrive at that point. You have to do something towards it, at least move out of your room.
True.
This is especially for the kids. Why I said this was, for you to be good at coding, you can't be Mark Zuckerberg at day one. You have to open up your laptop, see a couple of videos, build a calculator, build a basic to basic stuff, get associated with someone, use the tools. This is the growth happens.
True.
But without even going through this journey, if you want to become a master developer, how is it possible?
It's impossible.
Yes, sir.
True.
Okay, I guess the institute time is also done.
Okay. Thank you, Dhyvik, for being in this podcast. We like to host you again and again. So be in our campus for what all the activities Changepay will going to associated with. Okay. Sure. And thank you for giving time for us in your busy schedule. Thank you for coming, Dhyvik.
Thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. This is the second time I'm visiting the campus, and happy to get associated with the students and make sure Changepay also reaches a society soon.